92.1 WROU, Dayton's R&B leader, and of course online at 921WROU.com. We have the most amazing pleasure to bring you the best R&B. And when it comes to R&B, you have a variety of singers that come to us. They do a variety of things that we fall in love with. This young man, absolutely incredible. So many of you fell in love with him when he sang The Man. And I know I have been in love for a little bit longer than that, but we want to introduce to some and present to others Mr. Aloe Blacc. Thank you for joining us today.
Hi, thank you so much for having me.
It is my pleasure. You've got a new project out, and with the quarantine, the pandemic, it seems like everybody's just been hunkering down and just working hard. And it sounds like you have been doing that as well. Tell me about this new project.
Absolutely. This new album is called All Love Everything. It's an album about my personal relationships with family, friends, my wife, my kids. It's a much more intimate picture of who I am, which in the past, you know songs like The Man or Wake Me Up and I Need a Dollar. But these songs on this album, way more about just the people in my family and the people that I love.
Well, what's incredible about that, and I find it so encouraging, is the fact that we get a peek into some heartstrings. We get a peek into the intimacy of your music. And traditionally, the music we heard from you were things that we could really get behind and rah rah with you. This gives us an opportunity to sit back, exhale, and really inhale the essence of what you were trying to deliver. Tell me a little bit about the production on it. When you were in the studio, what was that thing that said, I got it right? This is exactly what I want to give the people.
Yeah, in the past, when producing songs, there would be elements that I would make it into the songs subconsciously. But once I started analyzing the way I make music, I decided to engage that consciously. So the first song on the album is called Family. My parents are from Panama. I grew up listening to Central American and Caribbean music, salsa, merengue, soca, reggae, calypso. And so at the beginning of the album, you hear this Latin rhythm, which is very, very indicative of my upbringing. And so that was a conscious decision. The song is called Family. I wanted it to represent my family. And I speak directly about my parents and my relationship with them and my kids and my wife. That's what the album is. And every song is different. I use production and the sonic landscape in order to enhance the story. It may not be very obvious unless I tell you that, the Latin rhythm,
Right.
so, coming from my parents in Panama, but otherwise, every element of the song represents the message.
Well, you have done a fantastic job. We've been able to take a ride with you. The one that you just have out right now is My Way. And when you listen to that song, it gives you a very clear understanding. You have found a great journey and you are on a path that you're allowing us to kind of vicariously go along with you. Tell me a little bit about My Way. I love it, but tell me a little bit about that.
I'm happy to be on this path. I've had a lot of ups and downs in my career. I started out making hip hop music and made the transition to singing, and got signed as a vocalist when I was still a rapper. And so I've had to, over the years, train my voice and develop the kind of voice that I wanted to use, along with the kind of messaging I wanted to use. In My Way, I'm talking about pulling yourself up by your own bootstraps and going headstrong into adversity, regardless of what your obstacles are, and motivating yourself. I call what I do AIM. That's affirmation, inspiration, and motivation. I make many different genres of music, but if we boil it down to a theme, that theme is AIM, and I'm aiming for my goals.
Well, you are accomplishing them because one of the things as an artist, I believe you want to connect with your audience, but you also want to leave them with something that well after that song has moved on into our rotation, into an older category, people are still calling and asking for it. People are still calling and asking for The Man. People are still wanting to feel empowered. And that's a big part of what you just talked about with AIM, empowering your listener to take that next step, especially with My Way. Take that next level and claim it and
Yeah,
go get it.
there's so much darkness in the world. just in the actual existence and experience that we have right now with the pandemic. And then when you look at news media, television shows, films, other forms of music, there's so much anxiety, depression, and darkness that I want to just be a light in this world. We need songs that remind us of a time when Stevie Wonder was singing "Isn't She Lovely," or Bill Withers was saying "Lovely Day." These are the kinds of songs that have inspired me and that keep me going forward. A Bob Marley, "One Love." I know those are songs from the past, and I know that there are contemporary songs that do that as well. But I'm just trying to share with you what I'm working on is trying to keep the light on because we know darkness doesn't quit.
Yeah, I love that. Keeping the light on. And in this time that we have right now, I've actually added the man video back to our website. So I'm putting together a collection of empowering videos, self-love videos that really empower us to figure out our own voice and be able to stand firm in that voice and be able to embrace our own voice. And that was one of the videos that just absolutely jumped out at me to be able to include in that collection for our listeners to check out. So let me ask you this, with 2021, because 2020, throw the whole year away. It has just been absolutely so challenging. But with 2021, what does that look like for you? Are you touring? Are you doing virtual tours, drive-in concerts? What do you think?
I'm optimistic that we'll get back out into the real world with protocols that'll keep us all safe in 2021. I'd love to be on tour doing live shows for people from the stage so that they can enjoy the music the way it was meant to be enjoyed. I record with real instruments so that people can hear the vibration of human beings in the room, even if it's just, the minuscule breath that they take when they hit the bass string. All of that matters in the music, and I want them to be able to feel that live. So hoping to get back out and doing touring soon.
Well, I tell you, we are absolutely waiting for that moment. Hopefully, Dayton will be on that stop, or at least somewhere close where we can give our listeners an opportunity to drive away and enjoy that live experience. Aloe Blacc, thank you so much for spending time with us today.
Thank you. It's been my pleasure.
It has been a pleasure for us. If you've missed any portion of this interview, you can find it on our website at 921wrou.com. And of course, you'll really enjoy it there because you get to take in his chocolatey goodness on the video. I'm Faith Daniels. You've been checking out Live with Faith Daniels right here on 92.1 WROU.